125, 126, 122, 128, 129, 130, 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, 136, 137, 138, 139. Look, it's Elsa. Look at Elsa. I really get sucker. 140, 141, 142, 143, 144, 145, 146, 147, 148, 149, 150.
Good job, Jaden.
152, 153, 154, 155, 156, 157, 158, 159, 161, 162, 163, 164, 165, 167, 168, 169, 110, 171, 172, 173, 174, 175, 176, 177, 178, 279, 580, 183, 184, 185, 182, 182, 188, 189, 190, 191, 192, 193, 194, 195, 196, 197, 198, 190.
So
199,
this point there.
100,
I'm going to stir.
200.
I'm going to stir the meat here.
200.
Done. It's 12:48 here. So it took us 8 minutes to do the other one.
204, 295, 206, 207, 208, 209.
Jeremy, what time is it on the computer?
12. Oh, 12:49. 12:49.
Thank you. So it took us 8 minutes to get that batch done. At this point, I need to wash my hand and put the natural meat away, so you can see that it does not have a lot of liquid in it. So I'm going to take a break from the flour and take care of the meat. 229. This one though still have more liquid in it. At this point, I'll put this meat in the fridge for now. Let me show you this one. So I do have some liquid in it, but I'm not going to add flour to it. You can add flour. See bread as well to thicken it up.
249.
Or I might have to do that if I want to. We'll see. First, let's take care of this one. I'm going to use a bowl, add it to it so that in the evening we can just warm it up easily to serve. I think that's a good amount here. I can cover it. Let's see. This up here. So this one will go in another.
I said to her, Mom, I want to do 200.
Because when I'm going to make a severe tomorrow, I will use those leftovers. I could put it in a quartz jar as well and freeze if I want it to freeze. I didn't taste it to see if the salt was enough, so at this point I don't even know if it matters for me to do that. It's not that I'm going to put it back in the pan or not. So
300! Now can get 300.
good job, Jaden. You know your numbers so much. So well. Yeah, definitely I will add some flour to this. We'll do that now. So let me get 2 cups. So pretty much what I'm going to do is the flour that I have here. Just takes time. Add a little water to it. I'm now going to measure. And I want to make a heavy. It's not enough water here. So 2 tablespoons. Add water to it until I have a heavy paste. And we can add it to it to see if that would be enough to thicken up the liquid we have. We put a lot of vegetables in there and we didn't drain the fat here. Just I feel like this may not be enough, but I don't want too much flour there either, so. good this is free because I'm going to use it. And I'm getting close to the point that I will need it. So let's take a, yeah, it's, the pen is still a little bit
259.
tall here, but let's put this in it. Put this in the fridge. So I'll let this simmer here. I'm not going to close it since I want the liquid to evaporate. I'm going to leave it open so that the vapor can escape, the steam can escape. So let's leave it like that, and I will go wash my body. So I will wash this part. It's not much to get out of it. I'll wash it. Because it has some oil in it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe it down with a wipes first.
You! What it doesn't do? 299. 400! I want 400.
Good job, Jaden.
401, 402, 403, 404, 408. How come you are that high? But you can't pronounce 13 and not 14. That's me. That's 14. 13. You.
So for the food, I'm going to wash the cast iron. I don't want to have 3 dishes around. So as we free pans and dishes, we wash them. By the time we are done cooking, we have lots of
409.
our very dishes and clean as well.
Nine.
Did you say hi?
No.
I want to say hi. don't play with that.
No. 411, 401, 400.
So I'm just going to
Be careful.
turn it on a little bit to dry the pen.
100.
So this one
100.
is going to sit here and do thing. So is 101. Our lunch is not ready. Far from being ready. So it was good things I served them. There was cookie. Didn't. Okay, so here was my hand here. This meat here that I don't need. Aaron, take the salt, please. Be careful. Thank you. Okay, so we have this that is down, but I want to work on this right away as well.
459.
And to cover that, I think I'm going to
400.
use this towel of blankets.
400. 400.
So this was 4 cups, so divide that in 4. If you want, you can divide it in 6 too, but I think I'm just going to do 4 here. So this is a little bit big.
458, 459, 420, 421, 423, 425, 426, 477, 478, 478.
So this one we're carrying 4.
400. 408, 481, 483, 485, 486, 487, 488.
And we started around 10, so you can see that 2 hours in, we are still cooking. So that's why it's not a meal to make during the week unless you are at home, you are off, you are not going to work for yourself or your employer. So if you are trying to cook from scratch and you wanted to make a healthy meal, you can go through, you can just take a note of what you cook, your family likes, have a list of that, and ask yourself the ones that is easy for you to prep within 15-30 minutes max, like prepping, washing dishes that you use. Doesn't take you long. Have them on the side. And then you can have list of dishes that is easy for you to prep within 15 minutes but can take longer to cook. Have those on the side, and the list of dishes that pretty much you can cook within an hour. Prepping and cooking will be about an hour. You know, those are the dishes that doesn't have to be many different dishes. We don't eat variety of food anyway, but that's just my opinion. But you have list of those, that way you know that days that you get off work late, or you stop working late, or you are not in mood to stay too long in the kitchen. Those are the meals you can put together very quickly for your family to eat dinner. And dishes that it will take you about 15 minutes to prep, but it will take longer to cook. Yeah, well, if you have time, 15 minutes to just quickly put it together and then go back to what work you are working on, it will just stay there and cook, whether on the stove or the oven for the time frame. You just have to barely check on it times to times. You have a list of those. That way, if you wanted to cook a meal that you only have a few minutes to spare to prep it, those are the the meal you can quickly prep, put it to cook, and then you go back to do what you are working on, and then when you are done, the food is ready for you to serve. So having a list of those is when you don't have time to really brainstorm things. You can just look at your list and you have a recipe to go with. So it's good for those recipes, once you come up with the list, to make sure you have ingredients on hand. So that's when, if you like to save money, you should buy some of the grocery ingredients, cooking ingredients that you use, that you see on sale, to purchase them when they are on sale to stock up. Grocery staples that you use that they don't go on sale, you purchase them as well to stock up. You don't need to wait for them to go on sale because they are not going to. But having the ingredient in your fridge, freezer, or pantry to cook, you just go get them and put your things together. And those meals that will take longer to prep and longer to cook, you have lists of them as well. In case you want available, you wanted to make those type of dishes, you make them, or you can reserve them for special occasions, birthday, Christmas, holidays. To make them. And pretty much we are done using our oil, but we can see that we have pretty much a half left. So we started with a little too much, but it's not going to waste. So now, are we done? It should be okay. It looks like I'm missing one more, so just cut it. Let's get it done. And you don't have to make the dish to be exactly the way it's made for sale, or you watch it on TV. Just make your version of it that is good, that your family like to eat. An egg roll usually is an appetizer or entry. So I like to make entry. I don't like to go to restaurants, but when we go, I pay attention to those things that my family like to eat, especially my husband. At least in the past, that's the way I've done it. Then I'll pretty much see how I can make it. And I'll try until I come up with my own version of it. And that'll be the recipe that I'll keep.
400.
Jaden, no, Jaden, you cannot do that. And we pretty much make those recipes for dinner. So it takes a lot of time to make it because we are making a big batch of it. It's not an entry, it's the meal. Okay, so this is done. And we can see it here.
400.
So pretty much what I'm going to do is wash those balls and get them out of the way.
480, not 490. 490.
I'm going to move the oil to the side. I don't know if I have enough flour or not, but
498. 490. Not
but
500. 500.
seems to me that my meat is burning a little bit, but
I got a 500.
good job, Jaden.
800. 900.
I'm going to wash the dishes.
Yeah. Mama, I can make a car in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me cut it. Let me find something. Let me put a weird. Put a weird.
What did you, don't put that on the counter, but what did you put in your hair? Yeah, what is it? The plastic?
Rubber band. Rubber band hair. Rubber band not in the hair. Rubber band not in the hair. The rubber band not in the hair. Not in the hair. I need a carpet. The rubber band. What I need that means? I need to put a rubber band on. I need to put it on it and put the rubber band. That is right there. I need to find that piece.
Be careful there, Jaden.
I need to find that over here. I mean, it gets muddy.
Okay.
So weird. Please strap on. I want to know. If it's possible, I want to know. What do I get? Something here. And here, and not. And stop like now get it? There? No. Mom, I can make a car in it. Put it. Let me put it here. And put it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's check our meat here. I feel like it's Okay, at this point, I'll turn the oven off. And we are going to pretty much let it.
Let me do that. Look at
Rest.
it. Look at it.
So I'm going to move this here,
Look at it.
and I'm going to put it on medium. So it's going to be on medium, and it's 1:16. So let me move the meat too. Hopefully the meat will cool a little bit, but in the meantime I can wipe my balls here and put them away. I don't think we need them. Just yet.
Mama,
Mm-hmm.
look.
Oh, okay.
See that? See? Like a ruler. Just cut it.
Okay.
Let me do this. Look. The wheel. When this rubber band can move,
Mm-hmm.
it'll move the wheel like it. The
So
wheel.
I'll just put it up.
And I'll try it to be. Okay.
Pretty much it goes inside.
And that gets wheel.
Yeah.
Right there.
Okay, so now, oh, I still have another dish here. Yeah, so I need to get rid of this too. I will need this, but I won't need this. Jaren, be careful. Go by the living room. Yeah, you cannot run by here.
Okay. Oh, I come. That is equal.
Okay, so
We don't have enough. Right?
let's get to work here. So we are going to start with this one. The issue is because I'm the only one doing it here, and having it like this and put it and do all of them, make it relax, easy to work with. So make sure it's well floured.
No.
And you can make it very flat. I do not, because then you'll have issue peeling them apart. So
I told it I can go.
we are not selling it, we are making it for ourselves. So just
Mama.
make sure you
Mama, look.
roll it out. One tip though, when you are rolling it out, make sure you can still see the different layers. You do not want to roll it until the layer blended in. So you still want to see the layer because they are not exactly same size. It's easier to start. So I'll keep rolling it, but I'll keep in mind that I don't want to roll it to the point that they're all blending. And at this point, and I'm not doing it to be exactly round, circle, but I'm rolling it out so that it's wide enough for me to roll it when I stuff it with meat. That's pretty much it. At this point, I need to have my pen hard enough to put it in it. So if you look, you will still see the layers. So I have 3 back there and I have the 4th one here. So from here, we will go to our pot. And I will put it on it. And pretty much I will wait. And what I like to do in the meantime is what is here, I can roll out another one. So I will quickly roll that while I'm waiting.
Wow. Wow.
After a few seconds, it will be
Play-Doh.
heated at the bottom enough
About
that
our Play-Doh.
I need to move this a little
Mommy,
bit.
about our Play-Doh.
After you say that. I need to be here to be more. So it's not necessary, but I like to do that. So pretty much turning it around so that I can even recook the back of it, the bottom of it. But it's not really needed. I just need to wait, and I don't want to stand out doing nothing, so that's why I'm doing that.
A big one. Look at a big one. Let me green.
And after waiting for a few seconds, I can do the same thing too. It's a little bit harder now to turn.
We're green.
Okay,
And now
just
we're
wait.
going to do blue. Let's see. No, only
And
pink.
it takes about a minute both sides to be done. So the difference between this one and the flour tortilla is this one is thinner, but it's not cooked all the way through. So you cannot eat it like the way you just eat flour tortilla with, like warm it up and eat. So the recipe, when I wanted to make flour tortilla, I use the same recipe. The difference is I will make the ball smaller and I will roll it out completely flat one by one and cook both sides. It takes longer, so I like this type of wrap, and I will use it for quesadilla as well. So at this point it is done. You just want to make sure the edges is not pasty. It's wide. That's what you want, that's it. So it does not need to pop out like flour tortilla. At this point it's doing it just because it's cooking, it's continue to cook, but it's not needed. So what we'll do is, let's come back here, and that's something I do very quickly because I don't want to hold hard things in my hand. So I have this here, I will put it on it and I will cover it. So at this point I can take this out of here and fold it in two because I want to keep it soft. So if I had to use another towel, I will do that, but I need to pretty much cover those two. And while that one was doing, I did this one. So I'll put it in the pan. That's why if I have a second person here, like my husband is here, sometimes the kids do that. They will be at the stove doing that while I'm doing this. So I will. So while that one is there, we can just work on this. You can even turn it too if you want. I generally don't turn it. I just turn it. I don't know how to say that. Like I'll turn it around, but I don't flip it necessarily. But if it's trying to stick to the things, then I do that. But at this point, it's done. If I keep doing it, the line will disappear, and I don't want that. So we can now come here. One thing you wanted to look for is bubbling up a little bit. So that's a sign that it's pretty much cooked there. I don't even need to do that. I just need to do it this way. And then I can press it. And this area didn't cook well, so I will turn it again so that I can cook this area a little bit towards the middle, because this pan is wider. This burner is somewhere here. So if things are around there, they won't cook well unless I'm turning it around so that every area can be exposed to the heat. But again, it's cast iron. It will heat up over time to the outer edge. Yeah, Jaren, where is it? So I move a little bit to the middle so that that area can cook. But I will cook this side a little bit for this area too. And by pressing it, I'm pretty much giving it a pressure against the pan. Now at this point I will move it. Actually, go close that door a little bit. Alright. And then we move it, and we have this one. We'll put it on it. So while this is working, I'm going to pretty much do another one. And if you're doing 4 cups of flour, that's the third one baking or cooking, and that's the fourth one I'm rolling out. But since we are doing a bigger batch, we have more to go to work on. At this point, this one is done too. I'm going to wash my hand here. And we are seeing the bubbles already, so you should not be moving the table. I'm taking a picture of something that is on the table. At this point, I'll take this out and quickly put it here and close it. So I fold this. I have 4 layers here, so it's going to keep it warm. And while this is working, let's go roll another one.
800, 900.
Jaden, move. You've done that. You will knock that plate. Moving it around to to roll it, allow it not to stick to the cutting board. I think this is okay too. So the nut that is not really round. We are seeing those bubbles forming, so let's turn it. At this point, while I'm waiting, you can see if I can start peeling it. So you can see, and you will see how thin it is compared to flour tortilla. So because it's not fully cooked, that's why you won't eat it like that. But something just crossed my mind though, like now if I can cook it one by one and turn it into a thin flour tortilla. But yeah, if you wanted to use it raw, yeah, it will be an option. Things that I will do with it will require a second cooking, so I'm not worried about that. I think that's good. Let's add it to it. And that's what I like about this one, because when I didn't have to roll it out one by one, so it go faster from that point. Unlike the flour tortilla, you have to roll it out one by one. It takes longer when you are rolling it out. Yeah, well, you can sit here and see what I'm doing. Then something needs to be done with the... You can come and walk. You need to wash your hands first, and you can take care of this one. You wash your hand, you get a spoon. You will use a spoon to turn it. You get a spoon. And you go there, no running.
Yeah.
No, you're not stepping on anything. Just put your feet down properly. Be in front of the pen, unless you want it to be where I am. Go stay there and then. Put that one in it. Put that one in it.
Oopsie.
You need to hurry up, or it will change shape. Make sure it's flat in it. And when it starts bubbling up, you use the spoon to flip it.
Are you done?
Can I get the scissors?
That's fine. Yeah, good job, Jenna.
How do I make it? How do I make it? What do we have that? How do we make it? What does it do?
When you start seeing pulling out, it's not there yet.
Just wait.
After
see bubbles.
Turn it. You are not going from that angle, you will go from here. You use your hand too. Turn it quickly. Turn it. You need to hurry up. You cannot just hold on to it. Turn it. One way you could have done it is when you put it here, put your hand here. You see? Because this area is not hot. Then you flip it. So try it. You better make sure your hand does not touch the paddle, because when you flip it, you have your hand down, you'll burn yourself.
I think you want to get rid of it. What? Why did you do this? Look what I did.
Oh, that's what you're doing? Okay. But let's make sure the edges are cooked. If there is an edge that is still sticky, you have to flip it
It could get in the trash if you wanted
to
to.
cook that area.
Yeah, don't.
I
Otherwise,
want to go in the trash. Kayla, you
it
want
will
to go
go
in the
in
trash?
the other end.
You wanted to.
Show you how you will do it. Remember? You put your hand there and flip it. You put your hand underneath it. You put your spoon underneath it. And turn it if you want to.